Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo. It is a beautiful Saturday. So glad that you could be a part of this program. If you've never heard this program before, I don't know where you've been because you've been here for over a decade, dude. That's a long time. You know, that's like 10 years, like in our case, like 11 years. I don't know where you've been. But you know what? I'm so glad you found this. Maybe you're just moving to the area. Maybe you're just strolling through the upstate of South Carolina and you're like, okay, what's this? Well, you found a show that talks about pop culture. We talk about video games. We talk about the latest streaming thing. We talk about superheroes. We are sponsored by Borderlands Comics and Games. That should tell you what this show is about. One thing we don't do, we try our best not to talk about politics. You get plenty of that with our award-winning programming throughout the week with Tara and with Bill Frady and with Charlie and all the other hosts that we have on during the week. Also, you can make sure you tune in on Sunday nights from 8 to 10 because there's a guy on from 8 to 10 on Sunday nights called Odie Fitzgerald. You should check out his show. Also, if you want to be a part of this program, text line is 800-905-0989. We are also live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on X. This is the beginning of the off season for the Upstate Pulse, where we lose certain people because they're sports fans, and I can't blame them. I'm also a sports fan. So the Clemson contingent, who we may have normally listening to this show and watching this show, probably not going to be here tonight because Clemson is going to be playing LSU in about 20 minutes. And I get that, and I'm fine with that because one cool part about it is we have the Odyssey app, which you can go to where you get your apps, download that and get the Odyssey app, and you can listen to this show at any time in podcast form. You can also go back later on and look on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch or X and watch the show that way. A lot of stuff to get to today, including, in case you didn't know, Labor Day. We'll talk about that a little bit. Also, I missed National Radio Day, and I want to talk about just some memories from radio because I've been in radio nearly 30 years. I've been here at WORD going on 26. So some things going on. I'm also being told on the stream, yes, I know some people can multitask. There are some though that can't do that. By the way, Cameron is with me tonight.
Hi.
Yes. And he's going to be talking a lot about Helldivers 2 later on. Matthew not here because we believe that Matthew is at Dragon Con. He just he's that guy that he wanders in, he wanders out, he goes to gatherings, and he just never tells me when he's going to show up. I kind of think that's fun. It may not be. Also,
I never know when you're going to get a surprise.
Yeah, suddenly you look over and there's Matthew. I will tell you, I'm going to do my best for the next 2 hours, but I've been here all day. So it happens sometimes that you just have because of scheduling that you have to be somewhere all day. And I've been here all day.
Don't worry.
No. No.
Just keep it in the back of your mind.
All right.
If you don't have the energy to continue, I'll carry you, Mr. Frodo.
That is definitely motivation right there.
I can't carry the ring, but I can carry you.
No, Pappy. By the way, speaking of Pappy, let me tell you about the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special coming up December 20th. I've got an idea for a picture, and it's going to be, I'm not going to go into detail about the picture, but I will tell you it's going to be in the style of Courier and Ives. Got to reach out to my wonderful cousin who is our art guy and tell him my idea and see what he thinks about it. We're going to talk about episode 2 of Peacemaker a little bit later on, and we're doing it with spoilers because we just are.
How big is that duck?
Yes. Got an AI takeover. We got Oops. We're going to break down Clash in Paris, WWE Clash in Paris, which happens tomorrow. Talking some video games and, of course, Nerd Roundtable. Before we get to all of this, though, so I knew I was going to be here all day, so I decided to go somewhere and get some food, something that I could split up and eat some at one point of the day and then eat a little bit more later on in the day. But where I went to get my food, the guy was really talkative. And if you've ever seen me in public, especially when I'm by myself, I am not talkative. I'm just And also, I was running a little bit late. I just wanted to get in and get out. Well, that was not happening. To get my
Nothing like captive small talk.
to get my meal, it took me 20 minutes. Okay, so the guy behind the counter, was just small talking, and he talked about my smart car, because not everybody drives a smart car, and so they want to know details about where the engine is and all that kind of stuff in the smart car. But he had like his finger above the button on the register to just to go ahead and finish the sale. And he just kept talking, and he never pushed the button, to the point where I almost want to reach across and just like make him push the button. But he has a lot of tattoos and piercings and stuff. So I was not that I'm nothing wrong with that.
Yes,
but it does.
That definitely means things.
No, it does make it a little more menacing. I'm just saying. I just that's more of, you look at that guy, you look at Matthew. Which one do you think is ready to go?
Oh, Matthew.
Of course. I mean, that guy's got a glint in his eye, especially
when
he flips his hair. So it took that long. And then I get my meal, and he keeps talking to me on my way out the door. And I get that doesn't get a lot of customers. Okay. I get that. And I'm just like, I'm trying not to be rude.
What was the conversation about? Anything in particular?
Oh, yeah. Well, I already told you smart car. And then he started talking about something else, which I won't go into detail on because it will totally give away, in case that guy's listening. I'm not worried about it, but you never know. And I don't want him waiting by the door going, why are you being so mean, bro? But anyway, have you ever what do you do? So you're at a place and you're just trying to get out of there, and they want to talk. What do you do? I mean, how do you get out of that situation without seeming kind of rude?
Well, you apologize curtly and go, I really got to go. I'm very busy. Even maybe cite what you're doing. It's like, I'm late for work or something like that, and just go.
Dave says, well, you need to learn the art of wearing earbuds and pretending you're on a call. Here's the problem. I can't wear earbuds because I got cauliflower ear.
Yeah, gum cauliflower.
Yeah, one of the ears. It's just the part of the ear where you stick. I don't know what that part, the little nub that sticks out that like would hold stuff in. It's kind of closed right there on my ear. So it doesn't look like, I've been fighting.
Oh, yes, the ear rest.
I don't know what that part of your ear is called, but it won't hold the earbud in because it's hard.
1 second, I shall do research.
Chris says on the Facebook chat, fake phone call. I could do that, but the thing is, I don't know. I'm a good enough actor to play that off. I'm not going to act like I can't. Dude also seemed lonely, and so I just, I wanted to.
I would like to state that you have a very rigid concha.
Concha. Okay. That does not sound like something on the outside. Okay. All right.
No, it's on the outside.
Okay. All right.
It was pointing at that thing. Right. I read the chart.
Sure it's not a concha? He's looking back up to see if
I do believe it is concha.
All right. Dave says, then pretend to take a call. Most people are not going to see the screen and know you're not talking to yourself. Well, yeah, I mean, because your phone's in your pocket and you feign like it just buzzed because you have it, turned off. So yeah, I mean, but I just couldn't do it. I felt bad. And now I feel bad for talking about it on the air, but I'm just curious if anybody else has had that situation.
This is the problem with you having empathy.
Yeah. I don't know if I think
the problem that you care.
I think I've always been empathetic and pathetic when it comes to saying, hey, bro, I gotta go, man. I got a thing, I just couldn't do it. And
Chris, I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Well, I'm rarely by myself too. I mean, I rarely go anywhere alone because, in case I get lost or something, I need people to be there to bring me back.
You do have Zorroisms.
I do. I'm very Zorro-like. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I've got some radio memories because, National Radio Day just happened and people posted pictures and stuff like that. And I meant to talk about it last week and I didn't, but I want to talk about it a little bit this week. Just a few fun stories that have happened to me since I've been on the air involving your favorite radio personalities from today and times gone by. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
I ruined that for one of my buddies. He thought I was like the actual person. He's like, why does this exist? Why are you doing this to me? Hi, Steven.
Hey, Steven.
Stamina potion.
Just glancing over to my white, also known as my right.
I'm going to look at my white.
Looking to my white, I see.
As opposed to my left.
I see Florida State upsetting Alabama.
Marriage.
Which I called, by the way. I just,
Marriage is what we
Rob Brown, the Rob Brown show will pretend like I never called it, but I did call it. I called for that upset. He's going to say he called for it first, but he didn't. I did. Oh, no. Come on, people. I hate storming the field. It's so dumb. I get all you non-athletes will never be out on the football field, but someone's going to get hurt.
Yep.
Two years ago, it wouldn't have been a big deal when you were undefeated, Florida State.
They're definitely not that.
They are right now. Yeah, they're undefeated.
Also holding back all.
Yeah, they
people.
have to. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy, let's go get on the field. Imagine being out in the mass of humanity of that. I mean,
I would hate that so much.
And suddenly moshing is breaking out. That's not good.
Well, I feel like we'd be fine.
You know why I'd be fine? Because in that, if I'm not playing on that field, I'm not going on that field unless I'm covering it for the radio stations. Ohio State upset number 1 today. Did you see them storm the field? No. Because I turned it off, so I don't. I mean, they could have.
You didn't see anyone.
Yeah, so I mean, as far as I know. Yeah, there are new rules in place about storming the field. So,
what does it entail?
Fines and other things. I forget. We talked about it a while ago.
Okay, that's why Steven said it's going to come.
Yeah. And then someone's going to get the wonderful idea. Let's turn on the goalpost.
The drunken masses.
Look at how hard he's having to hold people back. That's just crazy, man. And now all you guys going to have to climb back out of there because there ain't no way out for you except for to climb back into the stands. At least I think that's how that works. I don't know. And if you're one of the last people to jump on the field, it's kind of like, I mean.
Yeah.
You, sir, are lemming. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo and Cameron here on Saturday night. Hope you're having fun. Thank you for taking us with you on your way to where you're going or where you came back from, or if you're going hither, thither, and yon. There's going to be a lot of people going beyond yon tonight. And please, about 3 a.m. when you're on your way back from the Clemson game, take it easy. To be nice to the people around you and do not exceed the speed limit. And if you've had too much, just sleep there in your camper. I mean, and come back tomorrow.
Or get an Uber.
You might miss church, which you probably needed to go there to get forgiveness for all your raucous activities from the night before. But whatever you got to do. Speaking of raucous activities, radio is kind of raucous. Radio is kind of crazy. Radio is, everybody has their own things. Did you hear what Joe did last week? That kind of thing. But in radio, it's different because the things happen and they happen on the air. And I've been here so long that I've went through different phases of my career with different people. And National Radio Day was last week. A lot of people were posting pictures and things like that, but I'd rather talk about some of the memories. And I don't know if any of you guys were around for some of this stuff, but I just want to, and if you weren't, maybe I can make you realize how special it was. A couple of things with the late, great Russ Castle. First of all, our relationship early on was contentious and sometimes afterwards contentious because type A personalities, sometimes you clash, Rams in the desert or wherever Rams are on mountainsides. I don't know. There could be Rams in the desert. They're desert Rams. Anyway, so sometimes we would do that. And a lot of times he would say stuff to me, and Cameron brought this up to me earlier. And when I was thinking about this, I didn't think about when this happened, but it was so great. Russ would say something to me, and I would say, not everybody has a white stretch limo waiting for them out in the parking lot with the engine running. And it would just throw him off so much. And one day I did that, and it was really cold outside. And some guy called and said his name was Hans and that he was out in the limo and that he was trying to keep the engine warm, but he's so cold. And it was so good. It was a perfect accent. And the look on Russ's face when the guy called, I had no idea who he was. Of course, I was screening the call, and he said, "Yes, this is Hans. I'm out in the white limo." And I'm like, okay. And Russ is like, yeah, Lonzo getting people to call in to defend him. And he's like, I'm keeping I put the lemon in your water like you told me to. And then as he's still talking, he's like, oh, I quit better jobs than this. And then he hung up. It was just very memorable.
And you had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with it. I mean,
it's the listener just decided.
Believe it or not, there are staged things in radio. We just don't do that because we don't have to.
No, the crazy's all spontaneous.
There's another time. I just want to talk about a couple other things with Russ. There was one time we were talking about mooning for some reason, and Russ just straight up stood up and mooned me. This was before social media, before cameras and all that kind of stuff. And I'm doing play-by-play on his show, and people probably didn't think he did it. And I was just like, oh my God, it's so pale. And he just stood up. He was in this room and I was in the other room in there, and he just stood up and did it. And there's another time that there was supposed to be a protest in downtown Greenville, I think it was. And we sent the late, great Ed Jensen down to interview the protesters, and went to him, and he's like, Ed, do you have any protesters? Ed's like, ain't nobody here but squirrels. And then Russ said, interview the squirrels. And Ed did. And it was just so funny. It's just one of those things it's so spontaneous. And that's how radio is. There's so much improv. There's so much spontaneity to it. And it's also a matter of chemistry with the people that you're working with, that you just go somewhere and you don't know if they're going to go there too. And they do. And it just becomes something that's so memorable that even many years later that you remember that. And that's one of the things that I truly love about radio. I love that I got Matt Tomlinson when he lost a bet to dance in a restaurant.
There's some mild
by threatening to punch him in the face. Yeah. And he got so mad that he went and did it, which I never would have punched him in the face because he looked really fragile, even though he knows MMA and stuff. And me and him had a lot of fun. Speaking of, he got me back because he he pied me in the face when I lost a bet one time, and he hit me so hard he nearly broke my nose. And there's video of it. He hit me. So we were using whipped cream, but it was cold outside, the spray can kind of stuff, and it basically became cement in the pan. So when he hit me, it's like getting hit with a rock. And it just immediately, I just took off and chased after him. I could not catch him because he was very skinny and very fast while being threatened. There's just a lot of cool stuff that's happened in radio. I really have enjoyed the opportunity to interview so many wrestlers, the opportunity to interview voiceover actors, the opportunity to have someone that I know across from me right now to be able to share a little bit into what we do here. It's really cool. And when I see something like National Radio Day, I think of all those things. And I also think about today, I brought my 7-year-old granddaughter in and just brought her and took her around the building and showed her a bunch of stuff. And you take stuff for granted. Like Cameron grew up around this. And so some of the awe, or most of the awe is probably worn off on him as far as walking in and seeing all the microphones and all that kind of stuff. And we have brought his friends in before and a teacher of his in, and they have been so much in awe that they completely froze.
Yes, which was interesting because I had never seen that man be frightened or thrown off guard in my entire life. So that was a fun moment for me.
So and I'm going to tie this in. So as Labor Day is coming up, I'm grateful for my labor, and I didn't have the best day today, but I've had worse days, and I've had worse days here. I mean, not every job is perfect every day, but I do wake up and realize how much fun I get to have. When I'm watching football at home, I'm working. When I'm playing a video game, I'm working. When I'm watching Peacemaker, I'm working. When I'm, there's so many things. I'm working, and not everyone gets to do something that they love so much and get to tie in all the things they do outside of their job into their job. And that's really cool. And so Labor Day is coming up. So I looked up the history of Labor Day, and it's convoluted to a degree. It is observed the first Monday in September. Labor Day is an annual celebration of the social and economic achievements of American workers. The holiday is rooted in the late 19th century when labor activists pushed for federal holiday to recognize the many contributions workers have made in America's strength, prosperity, and well-being. So, yeah, I mean, behind the politics, behind everything that goes on in the country are just everyday workers. People just out there doing their thing and making this place go. And it is so awesome to live in a country where we can do that kind of stuff, where we're free to pursue the job that we love. We may never get it.
We're not stuck in a caste system or something like that.
Yeah, so we may never get it. You're right, a caste system where okay, you are a plumber. I don't care if you have the talent of an artist, you're a plumber. I mean, there are places that have been that way and places that still are that way. And we are lucky that we are not. So Monday, when a lot of people are off, if you're out and about and there are people working, take it easy on the people who are working, because they're working so you can have that day off. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to talk some AI takeover. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse. We're also going to get to your text and get to your comments on stream. By the way, text line 800-905-0989. Live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on X. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Chris, there's a certain age group, and I would be in that age group, who WKRP is here. I mean, there are times when it was so WKRP. And still is on occasion. I think this place has been a mix between WKRP and news radio. the old TV show News Radio, which was very good. It had Phil Hartman in it and Joe Rogan when he had hair.
In the ancient days when Rogan had hair.
I recall, I think he was the engineer.
Weirdly enough, I think that makes sense. I ought to watch some of that just to.
It's really good. I mean, showing the personalities and stuff. And so is WKRP. I mean, there is music radio elsewhere in the building, and I definitely have interaction with that. And it's pretty accurate, even still today, except for no records.
By the way, when you were reminiscing about various other radio things, I was thinking about the auction from, what was it, 2 years ago?
We were like, it might have been longer than that.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago. It was 2022. I remember it was 2022. And the fact that Rob and I were going back and forth on a thing while we were on the air. And then, of course, the best finale to that was I was going to let him have the thing, and then Mom beat him out for it. It shut down the auction. And him just looking at both of us is like, she's going to give that to me, right?
No.
No. You're never seeing it again.
The other thing about WKRP, Chris, is in the old building before we moved here like 20 something years ago, Ed Jensen actually put tape on the floor around where he said in the newsroom. It was great. It was.
Did he do that so
people would stay out of his area? Yes.
Also, hi, Goose.
Sup, Goose? Or talk to me, Goose.
The goose is loose?
No, I'm quoting Top Gun, dude.
No, I wasn't.
I know. All right, it's time for AI Takeover. There was a really bad story that has to do with Chat GPT, and I can't talk about it. I mean, it's not good. If you want to look it up, but it's the extremes about how bad AI can truly be. But we're going to talk about something a little bit lighter, depending on all right, a lot lighter for sure. All right, YouTube's been doing something that's been making creators, which is what, people who do videos and stuff, they call themselves creators, which they are creators because they're creating artwork. YouTube says, creators, we've heard your feedback on YouTube's deblurring and denoising shorts. Renee Ritchie, YouTube's creator liaison, wrote on X, YouTube said it plans to offer creators the ability to opt out of the platform's recent enhancements to some shorts, and a handful of creators expressed concerns. So what YouTube has been doing is not doing it to everybody, but they're going in, they're enhancing videos, making them look better, as far as YouTube believes making it look better.
That's stupid.
But here's the thing, when you put something on YouTube, do you think you own it? I don't know that you're using a platform that you don't own to put things on it. And it's one of those, how many times do you put in a new game or you sign up for something that you actually read all the fine print?
No, more than likely there's some
I probably know only one guy who does that. I mean, and he used to be on this show.
And he also reads lore while we're in the middle of fighting monsters.
Yes, he does. I think most people, and this is just my opinion, but I believe most people just go yes and agree to everything. Do you do that? Text line 800-905-0989, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, Upstate Pulse, or 98.9 WRD. Do you actually read through all the legalese when you sign up for something, or do you just hit agree because you're in a hurry to get to play that game, or you're in a hurry to get to use that app? Because those things are there for a reason, for their protection, and also for yours, probably, because you can say, no, just like with cookies. Does anyone care about cookies anymore? It's just like, yeah, come on, let's move. I'm trying to get to where I'm trying to get to. Not even thinking about the consequences. So in this case, would it bother you? It would bother me because I can't get any sexier. So they cannot fix my part of the video. I mean, they may try to de-sexy. I don't know what that is. Ugly up, I suppose. I suppose they may try to ugly up, but it ain't gonna work because everybody knows how sexy I be. But them going and enhancing and changing people's videos, I guess legally they're able to do that.
I think it's one of those things that, like, they have the right to distribute it because they're a platform and broadcast and whatnot. So maybe it's one of those things of, like, it falls within that gray area. Technically, it's them trying to enhance the video, but for a lot of things, like, maybe it's supposed to be like a little bit lower quality on purpose, or the way that they're enhancing it like breaks certain videos and stuff like that. It's something that they should have as like a toggleable thing. That would be much better than just automatically doing it.
Well, apparently you can opt out now, and I don't know if you could do that before. I don't really know anybody that's what they do all the time. Now, we do that here. We do that. Rob Brown puts up videos he tries to put up 1 or 2 videos every day during the week for our show, the Rob Brown Show. And I don't know what he would think about them going in and changing stuff. Okay, Goose says, I feel like it's your property that you share on their platform. I got to admit, we're on YouTube. I never read the stuff. I just got on YouTube.
By the way, just a brief search. I do believe that Goose is correct in that.
That it's your property and that they shouldn't be able to change it.
True. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, if it's reached a certain level, there will be lawsuits, and if there are lawsuits, then maybe obviously they've heard people complaining and they're addressing it. Sometimes those sort of things fall on deaf ears and they don't address it and they don't care. And at least in this case, they're addressing it.
Well, they want to protect their revenue and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so it's good for them to listen.
Yeah, I believe that
there's so many different alternatives to YouTube now that they don't want to lose who they have.
Sorry, I saw a nearly noobable offense and I fixed it because that's what I do. I'm going to go noob free today. I absolutely am. All right, when we come back, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We come back. Let's go ahead and talk about Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 2. Let's get into that and what happened on that wonderful, not wonderful program, that disturbing program. Listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. So you a little bit nervous, Goose, about this game? LSU could be for real. I don't know. I picked Clemson to win, but we'll see. It has been a day of upsets. I miss Ed Orgeron just because I like his pregame and postgame stuff. Yeah.
Want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only
Don't
hippopotamus
do
for
that.
you.
Don't do that. Worst song ever. Even the debacle that was 12 Days of Christmas was not as bad as
when no one listened.
Yeah. Although we redeemed the 12 days. That was, last year.
We did.
I got to break out the beaker, which is always fun when no one's expecting it.
Yeah.
Speaking of beaker,
there's a lot of good ones.
Speaking of beaker, we're going to be talking about that in just a few minutes.
Matthew going, oh, I'm Goku. I can't read. And Rob's very aggressive Frenchman.
Yeah, unless something changes, no Rob this year because he's here every other year. We got some other plans though. We'll see if they see if they work out.
Plans.
We in the lab cooking, yo.
Yo, dog, we're up here cooking in the lab. Got all sorts of things going. Might explode, might not. Anybody else smell burnt toast?
Yeah, I'm I'm trying to burn out early.
Better to the burnout than the fade away.
No. There's an entire hour to go. So now we're good.
Don't worry. Just chill.
No.
Relax.
No.
Give me the stories. You can trust me.
Yeah, if I can't trust Pappy, who can I trust?
Exactly. I will do the best of my ability.
Oh, that's a good looking ice cream.
That's very good.
And a nice big sugar cone, also known as cone, I think.
Would a sugar comb be a comb that you eat after you like brush your hair?
No, a sugar comb's what a sugar daddy uses to put through his sweet looking mane.
Oh,
I would not be a sugar daddy, but I'm just saying. Sugar daddy make money. I don't do that. I don't believe in it. I don't subscribe to it. I'm not doing it.
This is one of those things like you wish you were rich enough to qualify for that, but not actually do it.
Maybe. Welcome back again to the Upstate Pulse.
You ready to draw?
This ain't no game show. We gonna talk about pop culture here on the Upstate
We're
Pulse.
talk about bird blindness and an epidemic that's sweeping the nation.
All right, if you have not seen,
And confusing eagles with ducks.
if you haven't seen Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 2, we are going to spoil. We're going to talk about that for the next few minutes because I laughed out loud during this episode. Something I don't normally do very much is laugh out loud.
It does not normally LOL. No.
If you hear me laugh out loud, then you know it was really funny. I don't know why I don't laugh out loud that much. I don't think I have, like the or anything like that nerdy laugh. I think I just got a regular laugh, but I don't do that very often. But I did that during this episode.
Well, it's because you're the straight man in just about every bit.
That is true. I will say this. Tim Meadows is hilarious. He is raunchy as all get out,
Yes.
but his deadpan delivery on everything that he did, and it's just, I guess it's just the start, because
I'm sure it'll get worse.
yeah, I'm guessing he's in every episode. But we found out something that I didn't know existed, and there's already been a PSA put out on this, and that is bird blindness. So if you haven't seen this episode and you don't know what bird blindness is, but apparently Tim Meadows' character, who his name I can't remember, but it's Tim Meadows.
Flurry.
You say Flurry?
Yeah, his
Flurry?
last name's Flurry.
Okay, Flurry's is bird blind, and so Eagle comes out the door, and he doesn't know that it's an eagle. He thinks it's a duck or a pigeon.
And like, he can't judge the size of it either because he doesn't know what kind of bird it is.
Yes, and even the hummingbird, he doesn't. The only reason why he knows the hummingbird's a hummingbird is because someone told him.
It's because he did research.
Yes, it's it's one of those things that's so stupid.
Also, it's
it's hilarious.
The way they set it up, it made it look like he was just being a jerk to Economos the entire time, but he was being legitimate.
Yes. He has bird blindness, and this show that's already so weird and out there, throwing that in there is just like, okay. And if you get a chance, you haven't seen it yet, look up bird blindness PSA. And it starts out with John Cena talking about bird blindness, and it's pretty good. They're about to run down the hill in Clemson. I always wonder when the domino theory is going to be put into action. You never know when someone's going to lose. I don't want to see anyone get hurt, but at the same time, it's amazing how they can do this many times and people don't fall. So
I wonder if they practice it.
I don't know. Maybe it's I've been there. The hill. Oh, the
I think
heel.
that scared that guy.
The heel is Steve. You see, they're skipping down there. You cannot run full blast down that hill.
No, running full blast down a hill is a dumb idea because you are going to trip up.
Yeah, like that one, the rolling cheese thing that happens every year. All right, the next thing we got to the one thing we got to see that we were not expecting, I don't think anyone was expecting, was Eagle coming out and just destroying an entire. Are they NSA? I can't remember. Argus. It just destroying.
There's an Argus squad that he just messed up royally.
He destroyed an entire Argus squad. And when I say destroyed, there's blood. There's an eyeball plucked out.
Someone got their throat slashed.
Yeah, it was
rough.
And someone loses a finger, because I seen in a preview he drops a finger, and I'm guessing it's from that.
Do you think it was? I can't say the nicknames.
All right, so there's rumor out there that why am I forgetting his name? Mary Poppins.
Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker is I've seen his character and I forget the name, but he's a big game hunter. So he's
bring him in.
They're going to bring him in to hunt down Eagle, and I'm guessing not going to go well for him. This whole series, especially this year, has an underlying sadness to it, and it's that the entire cast can't seem to get out of their way. And then there's the other dimension that has 99 doors with 99 different dimensions, where Peacemaker is a good guy there, and he accidentally killed the good guy. And next episode, he's going to take his place pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where people find a way to no longer live in reality. And I think it's akin to, if you're a Star Trek fan, it's akin to spending too much time on the holodeck, to where you're thinking this is but in this case, it is a reality. It's just not his reality.
Yeah. And
the whole time he's going to be there, Argus is going to try to find him to kill him. And
more than likely get lost in all those doors too.
Maybe. And Rick Flag Sr. wants to take out the guy who killed his son, which you cannot blame him for.
Understandable.
And now, how many episodes are in the season? I
don't know. I could look that up.
Yeah.
Also, we glossed over the fact of how they disposed of the body.
Oh yeah. So he brings in Vigilante to help him,
and really happy to do it.
And they cut up the body, so he has to cut up a body that's basically himself. and then they burn the body.
And Adrian, the vigilante, is just smiling the entire time. I was like, I'm cleaning with my best pal.
Yeah, it's again, it's very disturbing. Definitely not safe for children or work or even, being in the same room with
anyone with weak constitutions.
Yeah.
I don't blame you for having a weak constitution.
So I guess it's being highly praised and the people who rate these things, Rotten Tomatoes and all that kind of stuff, are really high on it. I just wonder, because Cameron and I are the only ones I know who are watching it. So I'm curious if any of you are watching Peacemaker. And if you are, do you like it? How many episodes?
8.
8. Wow, we're going to be through this in no time. But it is a continuation of Superman without being as nice as Superman is, I suppose. Do you watch Peacemaker? Are me and Cameron the only ones who are watching this right now? Text line 800-905-0989 or on stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or X. Looking forward to next episode because he gets to drive his motorcycle. I forget what it's called, the Peace Cycle or something. It looks really cool. It's got rockets on it.
How could it not be?
Well, here's the thing. If you're going to ride a motorcycle that has rockets on it, you're going to shoot the rockets, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can't not do that.
Press all the buttons.
All right, so there is an article saying that Thunderbolts was a failure at the box office. Again, we've talked about this before, and it comes down to making their money back plus all the money that they spend on promotion and everything. But it is the #1 streamed movie on Disney right now.
Makes sense because it was really good.
It was a good movie. Here's the problem with Thunderbolts, and we talked about it when we reviewed it after it came out. The problem was that they basically spoiled the entire thing. And I think they needed another bad guy instead of the one they had. And anything that Yelena Belova is in, it's going to be good, in my opinion. If she indeed is in Spider-Man, it's going to be good. Spider-Man is going to be good anyway, but with her in it, it's going to be even better. So according to this article, a day after hitting streaming, this Marvel Studios bomb has become an instant streaming hit, topping the streaming charts on Disney Plus. Marvel Studios has had a hard time at the box office in 2025 with all 3 of its releases underperforming. Captain America: Brave New World didn't do what they thought it would do. Thunderbolts didn't do what they thought it would do. And apparently Fantastic Four didn't do what they thought it would do. All 3 movies I liked. I mean, I didn't come out of those movies feeling the same way that I did with Superman, but the one that was closest was Thunderbolts. It had a right amount of comedy. It had the right amount of heartfelt. It had really good effects. It had a good story. I don't understand why it didn't do better at the box office, but I think it's awesome that it's doing great on stream. And here's the thing. When you see a movie that you're not really sure about, you can wait just a couple months and it's going to be on stream. And if you already own, or not own, if you already have Disney Plus, you're going to get to see that movie eventually. And it's just a matter of patience. So you don't have to worry about going out and paying an abnormal amount of money for an awesome looking popcorn bucket, like maybe I would do, not to mention how much the popcorn and the other concessions are.
You may or may not have a problem.
I could. We'll find out next week.
Where are you storing all of these?
I've got places. My Venom popcorn bucket is in the Fortress of Nerditude in there, just a few doors down.
Mine's on the top of the fridge and it keeps freaking people out.
Yeah, my I have a room that has stuff in it, and I can rearrange the room amazingly to make room for more stuff. So, but I am running out of room, and here's how we're going to know if my popcorn bucket problem is solved, because next week going to see the final Conjuring movie, and the popcorn bucket has Annabelle on it. So, I mean, am I willing to get the creepy doll popcorn bucket? I am, because I know what I'm going to do with it.
Oh no.
And I don't know if you get in trouble for creeping out fellow employees, but we'll find out because,
Is that
I don't know who
well,
HR is, but I may find out next week.
I was about to say you should ask HR.
Yeah, I'll find out next week. So anyway, I get why people, if they're on the fence about a movie, don't go see it because you're going to get the chance to watch it on streaming, and it's going to be cheaper watching at home because it's cheaper. I mean, and you can pause it and go to the bathroom. I will say there's certain movies though, including big budget superhero movies, they're more fun in the theater with
They
other
are.
people.
Especially when like the theater experience is good, when everybody is doing what they should, being excited but not ruining the movie. Like not talking during it or just being disruptive or something like that. The past couple times that we've went, they've all been good. They've all been excited. It's had that sort of like energy that you want to have in that setting.
And applause.
Yes.
I think it's kind of, if you have that feeling of a movie like after Superman when people were applauding, I think it's pretty cool.
Because the other thing too is like you have that energy like in a group setting. Like you would have like at a stadium for a football game or something like that, or at a concert, just something that everyone is all enjoying at the same time. It's a sort of like weird camaraderie sort of thing that happens with that I enjoy a good bit.
Yeah, that's a good description. It is akin to going to see a sporting event for sure. And Goose says, I like the excuse for eating a whole bucket of popcorn. Yeah. I mean, I can make microwave popcorn, but it's not the same as paying $35 for some popcorn that I could have paid like $5 for.
Oh, so we're getting a lot of free Pappy in the chat.
Yeah, well,
come on, unleash the Papster.
If my voice continues to do what it's doing now, it's either that or a best of.
You can't hold that door forever.
I'm leaning towards best of.
Don't you do that to me.
All right, in the next hour, we're going to have an oops. We're going to talk about Clash in Paris.
We are?
Video games, Nerd Roundtable, and so much more. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Hey, we're continuing on the stream during the break, so check us out there.
The veil is weakening. The Pappy gets
It's not
stronger.
funny because the veil is definitely weakening.
You better pep up. Would you like a Pappy pep talk?
I do not need a Pappy pep talk. No,
40% survival rate, and that survival feels good afterwards.
Yeah. 30% survival rate.
40.
Oh,
yeah, you got an extra 10 there.
Okay, my bad.
For you, it might be higher. I'm just saying that in a general sense.
I put sports on there twice.
Wait, what?
I put sports on there twice.
It's a sandwich of the Clash in Paris.
Thank you, Steven. I appreciate it.
Would you consider that a baguette?
What? What are you talking about? I don't. Huh?
I went way too figurative there.
What the Sam Hill's going on?
What the Samuel Jackson Hill is going on here? I have started doing that as a thing. Because someone was doing something very questionable with acid. The hydrochloric acid kind, not the drug kind.
Thanks, Stephen. It was a very defensive game for a good portion of that. And still a lot of flaws. Ohio State needs to find a running game, or do they have a running game? But Texas's defense was so stout that they were struggling with it. I don't know. I'm pretty pleased with Julian saying though. Yeah, Estelle Baguette is a weapon for sure. I don't know that I've ever been hit with stale bread before, but I imagine it probably does not feel nice.
I have. I was out for a week. That mime got me good.
Stinking mimes, man.
I was having fun with the French Revolution too. It was all yelling and guillotines and smacked the dude so hard, all the powder came out of his wig. It was like
That's pretty
it
hard.
was like a poof of like where his hair used to be, in the shape and everything. He also went out the window, so I doubly defenestrated him. I would assume that he was
Way
a.
to work that in. You work it in every single week.
It's because I'm a linguistical master,
Wow.
an authority
I'm
of articulation.
I'm so glad I'm in your presence.
Aren't you normally?
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah.
I bring light and life
You,
everywhere I
you
go.
have allowed me to be within your aura.
Pappy, the aura farmer.
Yes, aura farmer.
It's a sad thing that Matthew isn't here to roll his eyes.
Well, he heard it somewhere.
Just
Well,
shudder.
about it's 8:00. He's probably trying to stay awake.
Probably.
So. Keith says, "Where is everybody?" If you mean in this room, they're not in this room.
They here.
We believe that Matthew is at Dragon Con. Odie might be out in the forest somewhere.
Or in Dubai. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Last second flight. You never know.
We
keep saying every year we're going to go to Dragon Con. We still haven't done it yet. Last year I tried to broadcast from Dragon Con. It just didn't work. I mean, I know a guy who's at Dragon Con, so I could have got in free.
could have.
Cameron would have to pay, though.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. You probably could have got in free.
Yeah. He likes me too. He might like me more.
Maybe. I like you more than me, so it's a good possibility.
Comment was du say swar Stephen?
One of the things that stopped us from going, Keith, to Dragon Con is because it's so spread out. It's not, from what I understand, it's not in a central location. So there's a lot of walking around. I mean, the walking's not the problem. It's just where things are.
Also for you, Stephen. Jayador Letart.
Yeah, Goose, you're right. He is spending way too much money, and he'll come back and show us all the rare things that he's found, which he has a good nose for that.
He does.
He just seems to stumble into, oh, look, I found something that I was looking for. I didn't think I could
I've
find
been
it.
searching for this for years.
Yes.
It's one of those things that would be at least fun to do once, just to say you've been there.
By the way, Keith, I may contact you soon about a Courier and Ives takeoff of something.
To the great white north.
Yes, I've raised my son well. He's heard of Takeoff to the Great White North. Classic song, Gay Lee. Rush.
What about Lee?
Bob and Doug McKenzie. Take off, eh?
Poser.
Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo and Cameron here on a Saturday night. It was nice when we came in the studio. I'm guessing it's still nice out there now. And it's time to do the wrestling intro. Yeah, I'll noob myself for it. It should not have. I think I bumped the trigger. What can I say?
I thought you were just doing that on purpose.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have interrupted myself with myself. I guess I could have interrupted myself with myself.
Yeah, but the only person that would be acceptable to do that would be you, wouldn't it?
It wasn't a smooth transition, so I'm going to noob myself for it. I think
Deduction for lack of smoothness.
I think I deserve it, and so I'm going to. Let's go with the Germans.
Oh no, you messed up. That's a noob. Oh, noob. The kleine Noob.
Okay, there I have news. We're going to get to wrestling in just a moment. First of all, if you want to be a part of the show, text line 800-905-0989. We're live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on X. We were talking about Dragon Con off the air, if you were watching the stream, and that's where we believe, actually, I was talking about that on the air too, wasn't I? I think that's where Matthew is, because he goes every year and he finds all kinds of cool stuff. And speaking of cool stuff, we know that our friend, Rob Young from Borderlands Comics and Games, is at Dragon Con. So if you are going over there this weekend, make sure that you stop by and say hey to all the guys from Borderlands Comics and Games. Speaking of that, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive, just go over there and check it out. They've got comic books, obviously, because it's in the name. And they also have all your merchandise for D&D, like dice, guidebooks, miniatures, paint, all that kind of stuff. They also have vintage video games and vintage toys. Like if you're looking for like an old lightsaber or something, we've got some lightsaber news we're going to talk about later on in the Nerd Roundtable. Check that out. And also South Carolina Comic-Con Fall Edition is coming up just about a month from tomorrow. I think it is exactly a month from tomorrow. And it's a smaller version of South Carolina Comic-Con. So if you just need a little bit of a kick, you need a little bit of Comic-Con in your life, you need to come and check that out. It's always fun. Guests have already been announced, including Devon Dudley from the Dudley Boys, speaking of wrestling, and hopefully we'll get a chance to do an interview with him. All right, really quick. All right, not really quick. I don't have to do anything really quick. I got daggum 41 minutes. Not going to do it for 41 minutes. We've got a lot of stuff to get to. Clash in Paris happens tomorrow. And because it's in Paris, it happens at 8 o'clock in Paris, but that's 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So tomorrow in the afternoon. I love when wrestling is on in the afternoon. Now, I know South Carolina Gamecocks are also playing tomorrow at 3. So I can watch some wrestling, jump over, watch football, jump back and finish the wrestling. So it's just perfect. So we're going to, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 matches. We're going to pick those matches. If you disagree, let us know. Text line 800-905-0989 or on the stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or X. By the way, texters asking political questions, not the show. Not the show. All right, let us start out with the Wyatt Six going up against the Street Profits for the WWE Tag Team Championship. The Wyatt Six currently have the titles. Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy, 2 of my favorite wrestlers. I really like both of those guys, and hopefully, not sure if they're using Freebird rules or more modern terms, New Day rules, where if you're in the faction, you can defend the belts. So apparently on the European tour, other people within the faction have defended the belts. Right now, supposedly it's going to be Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy going up against the Street Profits. Yesterday on SmackDown, Bo Dallas was going around talking without the mask, without anything. And it was creepier than if he did have the Uncle Howdy mask on. So I think the Wyatt Six retain. Cameron, what do you think?
I think the same.
I know some people think that they're being wasted with what they're doing. I think they had a hard time figuring out what to do with the faction after they first debuted. But I think putting them into tag team is a good way to go. I think eventually probably Uncle Howdy wins one of the lesser titles. And I hope to see Nikki wrestle again.
Well, you build them up. You start small and have them creep up and start taking titles left and right. And maybe be contentious against the Judgment Day or something like that. Are they in the same?
They're not, but you can cross that stuff over. Survivor Series and other stuff coming up. All right. Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Here's one of those things where they've come up with secondary belts for the women. So people who have ran the cycle and won all of the belts are having to come back and go after some of these secondary belts. So Nikki Bella, who is back in WWE, going up against Becky Lynch, who I know a lot of you guys love her. I just don't. It's not me being a contrarian. First of all, I think she's too skinny, and I think that makes some of the things unbelievable that she does. Good thing that her finisher is an armbar. I mean, that does make sense, rather than it being something like her coming off the top rope because she's so skinny. It'd be like, oh look, a book fell on me. I mean, it takes away from
who threw that piece of paper at me.
Yeah. So I think Becky Lynch retains. I wish she wouldn't, but I think she retains. What do you think, Cameron?
I agree. Not gonna agree the entire time.
All right, so I mean, if you like Becky Lynch, that's fine. I don't. All right. Mark says Becky beats the better Bella. Okay. Mark also says the Wyatts win. Street Profits split up. So that's one of the things that Bo Dallas was saying is like, is he really your brother? You're gonna find out after you lose tomorrow. So he's doing that little mind game thing. Yeah, and I hope that's the Street Profits have been rumored to break up for quite some time so that Montez can go his own way as the more charismatic of the two and with more ability. We'll see if that happens. I don't know. All right, Sheamus versus Rusev. This is basically a replacement match because Stephanie Vacour, which I'm upset, is not going to be wrestling because someone got pregnant. And since she got pregnant, she can't wrestle no more, which makes sense. Congratulations to Mrs. Caution for expecting a baby because they had decided, once that they had their careers have been along far enough that they would try to have a child, and they're going to, and that's awesome. So Sheamus versus Rusev. This is like the 5th or 6th time that they're fighting, and it's basically a no-holds. It's a Donnybrook match, which Pappy would know about Donnybrook.
Ah, yes, I've had many a Donnybrook.
Yes.
You usually have to do a lot of cleanup after.
Donnybrook usually happens after a fracas, and it also creates a brouhaha. So Sheamus
it's also possibly synonymous with a hoedown, depending on
what part of town you're in.
Yeah.
So Sheamus versus Rusev. I'm going to go with Rusev to win this match.
I'm going to go with Sheamus.
There you go. Your brother Impale.
My brother Impale.
All right, the next match, we'll get a couple more, and then we're going to go to break. Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed, and you may say, okay, how far has Roman Reigns fallen? He was the longest reigning champion, and everything that he was able to do with the bloodline, and now he's going
his shoes.
But here's the thing: he finally addressed it in his promo that he wants his shoes back. And I think I think the Shulafala is one of the funniest things in wrestling right now. I really do. And Bronson Reed, also known as a tribal thief. I think that's hilarious.
That is great.
I think that's really good. I think Roman wins, but I don't think he gets his shoes back. I think he gets beat down. All right, 2 more matches. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Jey Uso versus LA Knight for the World Heavyweight Championship. A lot of videos out there of LA Knight supposedly playing basketball, but all the videos I see of him playing basketball in Paris, he's just passing the ball to people so they can shoot. He's got a shirt off because apparently you do that in France, but I never actually seen
it.
It
is a law. You must not be wearing shirts while you play basketball.
Mm-hmm. All right, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. I really don't think that the belt is going to change hands here. I think Seth Rollins keeps the belt. If he were to lose, I think the winner would probably be CM Punk, but I don't know.
What, just to keep that going?
Yeah. All right, John Cena versus Logan Paul. This is not for a belt, but it is John Cena. John Cena's matches are whittling down. Only a few more until he is gone. Mark says, I'm rooting for Seth. Punk is the real heel in this feud. He's a real heel, period. They try to make me like him, but it ain't working. John Cena versus Logan Paul. Logan Paul really needs to win this.
Yeah, I think Cena's on his way out, so maybe it might be a passing of the torch and give him.
Yeah, I think this match probably will be a no contest somehow. And it wouldn't shock me if they don't add Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre in there somewhere because, all right, Mark says Cena beats Logan. We'll see. All right, we go take a break. If I can figure out where these daggum buttons are, there's right there. I'm gonna push that button right there. Like that
Press the
music
blue
button.
one.
No, you never push the blue. When we come back, we're gonna hit oops, and I'm gonna tell you, oops has to do with the haboob.
Boob.
Yes, you listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. I've now been able to say haboob on 2 different radios.
Hey, boob.
If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's not bad. Oh, it's bad if you're in the middle.
Well,
Are you forgetting what it is?
don't quite
Think
remember.
cyberpunk.
Ooh, yeah. I've been in a haboob before. I was escorting a caravan.
Go Rob Brown's face when I said it on the Rob Brown show.
No, you don't want to be caught in the middle of a haboob. It is not a gentle thing. I was escorting a caravan, Cairo, and I lost the caravan. I also forgot where Cairo was because of the haboob and ended up at the southern tip of Africa. Like, wait a second.
By the way, that's one of the funniest things in cyberpunk. You still don't remember?
Yes, because they're yelling haboob.
No, they're not yelling. They're Pan Am tells V about it, and then her dad
Yeah.
talks about it too. He says something as he goes off to go to bed, and it's just this is.
Because you're in the middle of a haboob when
Yes,
you're getting
yes, you are.
getting
But
soft.
thanks to it, that's how you stay alive because you
Grow a little closer.
run into the haboob.
Yes.
If you look at the videos of that thing, it looks wicked.
I mean, that kind of thing is incredibly dangerous.
All right. If you are the texter who's texted a couple of things, which I think is the same texter. No, a couple of different people. I will address your text when they come back, except for the political one.
Anything bad?
No.
Addressing always sounds more serious.
By the way, I agree, Mark. I think Logan Paul was born to be a wrestler. I think he's an amazing athlete. I think the stuff he does in the ring and on the mic are really good. And I think people who don't like him already hated him. So they cannot see past that. And he's done some bad things I've heard about. But I've never been influenced by an influencer. So I can't be let down by an influencer. Cameron, you're a millennial.
Do I seem like I'm influenced by people?
Yeah, sure. We're all influenced by people, but are you influenced by an influencer?
Not particularly.
Okay.
No.
All right. Yeah, I'd say that's pass interference. He just got mugged. Yeah, that's pass interference. Run, Forrest. right, welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. You hear that music, you know what time it is. Someone done did something or something happened that you went, oh no, oops, sorry about that. That sort of thing.
I've said that on occasion.
Yeah, me too. I will tell you that a haboob is no oops matter. I mean, it's can be devastating. So a haboob is a giant sandstorm. So think about the sandstorm in The Mummy. And if you look at what happened, a massive dust storm caused by Mother Nature hit Burning Man. So the people of Burning Man, leading to damage to tents and installations and structures. The National Weather Service described the dust storm as a wall of blowing dust with wind gusts over 45 miles per hour. Participants and staff were advised to secure their camps and avoid driving during low visibility. An 8-ton inflatable thundercloud art installation symbolizing the specter of World War was destroyed by the dust storm. The weather conditions are expected.
Does that mean something about peace, or how am I supposed to interpret that?
I don't know. It got destroyed as if in war, I suppose. By the way, your messages on stream and the majority of your texts I will get to after we finish the oops here in a second.
After we're finished with
but there's something worse. There was something worse that this devastated. Festival goers looking to get it on at this year's Burning Man are going to have to find another safe space for sex because the famed orgy dome was just destroyed in the crazy storm. So apparently there's an orgy dome at Burning Man. And
I didn't want to know this.
Yeah, and it got destroyed. There are pictures not of the action but of the tent, and it's just like,
wait, is this a tent?
No, it's a big tent with a bunch of beds next to each other. There's no partitions. There's no nothing. So so that was destroyed. You know, it's as if the heavens, as if God said, stop. Maybe, I don't know.
They call that an abstinence storm.
Yeah. Our build team worked so hard this past week to erect our lovely space. Unfortunately, the winds yesterday undid all that labor and wrecked our structure. We are still here and thankfully safe. We hope to gift the playa some workshops and we'll keep you updated. So, I mean,
what all that
I don't know. And they spell playa like playa and not like player. Let's see.
Well, I mean,
the dome was founded in 2003. So apparently it's something that happens every year and supports a sex positive lifestyle. It's located on a 150 person campsite that also features Aphrodite's Garden as a meet and greet space for possible dome action. Okay. So, if you, maybe you were at Burning Man and you were disappointed that particular tent was blown away. Sorry. Maybe next time.
It's reminding me of my Roman days, and I don't miss my Roman days.
I got to be honest, and I haven't looked into it. I know Burning Man is a festival, and is there like music there? I don't
know. I just figured it was like a hedonistic festival of that stuff. Yeah, like you don't do anything nice there.
Like Woodstock without the music? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
At least there's music at Woodstock.
All right. Text line 800-905-0989. We're also live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on X. Let me get to some of the texts. The texter says, "Hey gang, love your show, but just wondering if Odie has quit his Sunday night show. Miss him. Thanks. Odie has been under the weather. As far as I know, I haven't heard any different. He should be back tomorrow. So tune in and see 8 to 10 p.m. tomorrow night and see if he's there. Let's see. What do you think about a text says, what do you think about the Roger Jackson incident? Do you think he will go to prison? He should go to prison. Don't want to get into too much detail. But he beat Psycho. I forget the rest of the wrestler's name, beat him so bad he had to go into the hospital.
Yeah, he assaulted a guy.
Yeah, he did. It was planned to a degree and
went too far.
Yeah. By the way, Goose on the stream said, "Got to go wash my ears." Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
We don't make the news. We just report it.
Yeah.
All right. Texter says Diamond Dallas Page will beat Dean Malenko tomorrow. Probably not. Diamond Dallas Page was just in the hospital. So hopefully he's doing well. He was working out without a heart monitor and also known as a monitor. Because a monitor, I don't know what that is.
That's when your mom is.
Yeah. It's when your mom's going, okay, that's enough. Stop. Your face is really red. That's a heart monitor, I guess. Let's see. Since you are so strict about the no politics, even though the pop culture you all talk about increasingly intersects with political issues, I wish during the show ad breaks there were no promos for the political talk shows on 98.9. I can't do anything about that. I mean, there's a thing. Political ad breaks. Sound like someone that's from a different country, because that's what people from different countries call that sort of thing. Chris on the stream says, is AJ Styles still around? Yeah, he's harassing Dirty Dom Mysterio right now because he wants his belt.
Yeah, he said that, and I was immediately just thinking of him as a janitor, just looking at Dom.
Yeah, he's been around, and right now he is. Well, AJ Styles has always been good. He has said that he will retire soon because he doesn't want to wrestle until his 50s, and I believe he is 48 now. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to hit the Nerd Roundtable, talk some video games, some other things. Cameron's going to review Helldivers 2 on Xbox.
Yeah.
Listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Goose, you get that.
Yeah, Mark. I mean, he's a hardened criminal. And when you make a hardened criminal angry, you don't know what could happen. Could be shivs involved. I do believe my voice is ready to give out. I'm having throat problems all week.
Lean on me.
No.
When you're not strong.
No Pappy takeover. I got enough voice for
I'll
half
be
hour.
your friend.
I'm off Monday, so I won't have to use my voice for 2 days. We're good. Because we know I never talk at
How
home.
bad could it be if I was driving for 30 minutes?
Yeah.
29 minutes even.
You know what I really love? My job.
I was about to say, me?
Yeah, well, absolutely. But I also love my job.
Okay.
So, yeah, my job is, it's for the most part, pretty fun.
You know what would be more fun? Pappy take over.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Fun for who?
Yeah, me, definitely.
Yeah. Well,
And fun for the audience.
yeah. Well,
some of the audience.
I prefer to not.
Maybe there's only like 10% of people who actually care.
Hit the dump button multiple times. No, thank you.
I could censor myself if you'd like. Look, I won't talk about my trips to Port Maltese or my excursions to Bolivia.
There's something about excursion that sounds like something a ne'er-do-well would do.
I have been called that on occasion.
Okay.
You would think because of my advanced age that I could not be called such. But I do believe that's why they have the term in the first place. I've also been called the definition of chaotic neutral.
Wonder if I can get our voiceover guy to just say near to well a bunch of times.
Which would be worth a try.
Yeah, well, pretty important.
Chris is down.
Maybe I'll just get Charlie to do it. And why did I forget the name? Who's the guy who sells propane tanks or did?
Hank Hill.
Hank Hill. Yeah. Charlie's Hank Hill is really good. So
you know who needs a duet?
no.
I'll tell you what.
Although I want to have Charlie back on the show this year. I'm going to ask him. He and Chris doing walking in the Winter Wonderland was so much fun.
It was.
If I can get him to do Hank Hill, but you got to find the right song. I just don't know what it is. All right, it is time for the Nerd Roundtable here on the Upstate Pulse. Really quick, Texter says Rock and Roll Express was the best tag team of all ever. You indeed, Texter, might be Ricky Morton. And if you are, you're absolutely right. Because I'm kind of afraid of Ricky Morton. So yeah,
we here at the Upstate Pulse are big fans of Ricky Morton.
Trey says, any chance for an on-location show? I wish. Contact a sponsor and tell them, hey, why can't you have the show? Listen, we would have already been at Borderlands Comics and Games, but they're closed. They close at 7 when we it's time for us to do
the show.
I was getting there.
Okay.
I appreciate your help, but I was getting there when it's time for us to do the show. So it hasn't been able to work out that way, but maybe someday. All right, let's get to a little bit of video games in the round table before we get to Hooters. Helldivers 2 just came out on console. Cameron had played this a bunch on computer. How would you compare the play style and the graphics and everything from computer to Xbox?
All right, so I think the optimization is a lot better on Xbox because I think a lot of PC players were complaining about that. I was having issues with that too, where like it will stutter.
Explain optimization.
So if you have a rig that should run something but doesn't, that's due to bad optimization on like the developer's part, to where they didn't have everything gelling quite as well as it should. Because with what I have graphics card wise and like the internal parts of my PC, I should be able to run it at a decent quality of visual at a decent frame rate and it not have issues, but it does. But with console, with Xbox in particular, it's running smooth, it's running good, no connection issues, nothing like that. It's also been like a year or so since I've played it. They've added so much more stuff, including new enemies and like an entirely new faction.
All right, describe the game itself for anyone who's never played the game in the first place.
So it's a third-person shooter. Essentially, what you do is you have your own like Star Destroyer kind of thing that you can bring down different sort of like weapons, bombardments, and stuff like that as you're doing different objective-based things across the entire
an arsenal
galaxy.
Drop type thing.
Yeah, like you can like
all right.
You can unlock what you can buy these things. You can end up buying like turrets that will be stationary and fight off the bad guys, or drop like an orbital bombardment of like really big like tank shells and just blow up an entire area, or request a flamethrower and get yourself a flamethrower. because sometimes you need a flamethrower in that game.
In reality or in video game,
Yes,
it's always good to request.
and in both cases you're dealing with giant bugs. But this game also has like a variety of like different enemies to fight, which is the Terminids, which are basically the bugs from Starship Troopers, which they do a lot of fun parodies of that too, because they're along the same lines as like the government from there, where
Become a citizen. You want to know how?
yeah, and in their case, it's just like fight those who would uh, go against managed democracy. Now that should be a red flag for you, listeners. Also, you're going up against bots, which is basically Skynet, and then the Illuminate, which are like the typical like weird aliens who also mind control citizens and send zombies at you.
Okay, I was going to say I hear there are zombies too.
There are zombies, and
I know Rob Brown from the Rod Brown Show also has been playing it. He really likes it, but has found out that you can't really play the game too well by yourself.
It is really hard to play solo. If you have at least 2 people, it's better. A full squad is the best because it's more people to shoot the things and more people to get shot at, and not you get shot at. Meat shields, you know. But yeah, so the Xbox version of it has been pretty good. They also put in Halo as like a crossover. So they put in the Halo assault rifle, the shotgun, and from ODST they put in the submachine gun and the pistol. I've only unlocked the assault rifle, but that thing kicks a lot of butt. Just like it does. I think it technically is more useful in this game than it is in Halo itself, because it doesn't do well against shields, and not a lot of things in this game have shields. It's more about armor. So in this case, it works a little bit better. But
okay, let's jump into a couple other video games that are going. So No Man's Sky has added a spaceship where you can bring other people with you. And some people are saying, well, that's the end of Starfield because they did that. Here's the problem with No Man's Sky. We played it a bunch when it first came out. One thing that Starfield does that No Man's Sky doesn't do is speak English, and you can have like conversations with people, and they're like humans. Which is more immersive to me.
I think the major difference between the two is one is a more story-based RPG. The other one is more of a sandbox. And you can have both.
Yeah, I was going to say Starfield's pretty much sandbox also, because you don't have to do all the other stuff. You can just go to a planet and hunt and make your own little outpost there. You can do all kinds of things and don't ever have to do the main quest. So it's the same sort of thing that you're doing in No Man's Sky, but there's English and you can talk to people, and that.
You're just very anti-subtitle.
Well, yeah. I mean, I had fun with that when it first came out, but I want to. If I'm
also expanded a lot more since you played it.
But if I'm amongst the stars, and I just want to talk to other people and things like that. So Starfield, they've heard all the mutterings and everything, and here's in this article, I'm really excited for players to see what the team has been working on. Bethesda is not finished supporting 2023 Spacefaring RPG. Starfield lead creative producer Tim Labb said in a new video that fans can look forward to many new updates to the game over time, including a second story DLC. I'm really excited for players to see what the team has been working on. We have some cool stuff coming, including free updates and features, and that players have been asking for, as well as new DLC story. I can't go into all the details just yet, but I will say part of the team has been focused on space gameplay to make the travels there more rewarding. We're also adding some new game systems and a few other smaller delights. And he also talks about mods and other stuff like that. I am still probably in the top 1% in the entire world who play Starfield. I played a bunch of new games at the beginning of this year, beat them all, and I've gone back to playing Starfield and downloading some really cool mods and just having fun going out in space and getting around.
Well, it's become one of your comfort games.
Yeah. Chris on the stream says, I got back on Banner Saga. It's a great single player game The art and the storyline is great. See, that's the thing.
I've heard a lot of good things about that one too.
I play games to escape and to not talk to people, and other people play games to meet people. And that's the thing about gaming that's awesome, is you can do both, and it's okay. Speaking of new games that I played earlier in the year, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, there's going to be other games according to the creator. So looking forward to playing some more games like that and being really depressed.
I'm ready for them to break my heart more.
Yeah, I mean, because, why not?
I need more of Lorien Testard's soundtrack in my playlist. I've got so much Expedition 33 stuff. It's not
All
really
right.
fun.
Mark says, just saw the commercial. What do you think of the Demon Slayer anime movie? Cameron, have you seen it?
Oh, he's probably talking about the upcoming one in like a couple weeks, which is like going to be the conclusion of Demon Slayer. And I am ready for it, and also not ready to watch a whole bunch of the Hashira just die.
I mean, admittedly, I haven't watched Demon Slayer. I'm looking. I said Demon Slayer. I realize I said that. I just, whatever, Cameron.
When Cameron was
Is that your rebuttal?
Egypt,
It
You're gonna
is.
hide behind that?
Everybody sing.
Let my Cameron go.
Science.
I added,
Okay, that one got me.
I added that. I had no reason to use it for anything, so I just thought I would just, throw it
Well, I
in
mean,
there.
it's still applicable because me.
Yeah.
Science.
Stop it.
Bless your heart.
All right. So speaking of video games, there's a company called Amara has just released a thing called the Scent display for gaming. The future of gaming is multi-sensory. Introducing the Omara Scent display. For years, game developers have mastered sight and sound to create immersive worlds. Today, we open a new chapter in that story. Paint richer worlds. The Amara integrates directly with the game using our architecture of Scent framework for Unreal Engine and Unity, giving unparalleled control of the Scent experience. So what video game would you like to smell?
Pretty much none of the ones I play.
Yeah, because they all have blood in it. So
Yeah,
are we
so
just
how'd
going to
you-
be smelling blood? I
Yeah,
don't-
let's fire up some Diablo 2 Resurrected and smell some of that, or 4.
You
or
could start playing Expedition 33 and go, why do I smell so much paint? I don't understand. Why does it smell
it
like
doesn't
paint?
make any sense.
Yeah, what is this? I don't see any paint. Why does it smell like paint? I don't know. I think games like Skyrim or games like that where you're just out in the wild.
Or like a village building game or something like that, where
Yeah.
like you can smell like
Yeah.
a pine forest or
Or you smell
things being
you
baked.
smell the fireplace from down the, or you smell a hearth, or you smell the forge,
yeah.
and the smithy is preparing your sword. I
Like
mean,
some of the Viking building games too. It's just like, the cook is making warrior pies.
and it's like, oh
Don't
no,
worry
I have
about
to go to a gaseous world. I think I want to skip that world.
Can I go to the rainforest
Yeah.
world instead?
I don't want it. I don't want to smell it, please. Chris Columbus, who was one of the guys who was my grandpa and also discovered America. Leif Erikson really did, but Chris Columbus took credit for it.
What?
Chris Columbus, the director, has said, "What's the point of the Harry Potter new series? Because the movies were so good. Why would they do a new series? I think it's pretty easy why you do a new series for a new generation of fans.
True. But the other thing too, and something that they should do, I don't know if they're actually going to do it, is it's a series. So they should take their time with it.
Which they're supposed to do, and we're supposed to get a little bit more of.
Because I mean, there's plenty of things that like were missed out from the books.
He's
and
mostly
movies.
complaining about Nick Frost's Hagrid because it looks like his Hagrid, which may not look like the Hagrid from the book. I haven't read the books, so I don't know how Hagrid is
All right,
described.
you shouldn't be complaining about that just because.
Here's what
if
you
Hagrid looks like Hagrid, then he's doing it right.
in order to incorporate an audience that you already had and bring in a new audience, you need some familiarity, which I think some characters looking a little like would not be a problem. All right. Before we take our final break, I just want to say Hooters boss says no butt cheeks. So, I mean, that's a good thing, I guess, I suppose, if you want to be more family friendly. Neil Kiefer aims to rescue bankrupt Hooters by reverting to traditional uniforms and family-friendly atmosphere, stating, "I don't think you're going to see a bunch of butt cheeks hanging out." Kiefer plans to upgrade Hooters locations with $300,000 worth of improvements per restaurant, including using grade A butter. Because you know what? What's been missing from Hooters all this time was grade A butter. Because if you don't have grade A, you go into Hooters.
Who wants grade B butter?
You go into
No one
Hooters
wants
and you
grade B
go,
butter.
you know, I enjoy the sights here in this Hooter. I enjoy the chicken wings, but there's something wrong with the butter.
I don't know where to go with this.
This is so obscure. I mean, you know, I get you want to change the uniforms to make it more family friendly. You probably should change the name too.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
unless you just put owls.
Yeah,
everywhere.
that was going to be my suggestion. Just put owls everywhere.
Just
Make it look
owls.
like an old lady's home.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. And this owl I got at the jockey lot in Anderson
Have them like stare at people as they walk by. Have the eyes move.
by a man who didn't speak English. He just pointed and said 50 cents. All right.
He said it in Latin.
Yeah.
I don't know how I
Yeah.
even know it was in Latin.
Yeah, exactly. Latin. All right.
Somehow I
Lightning
knew.
round coming up. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
I used to know Latin. Then I got hit by one of those big old mace things in India. I forgot who I was for a bit. You know those things like the clubs that you do the whole workout with?
The Sam Hill you talking about?
Butter.
Okay.
Should have used Amish butter.
Or what's that stuff that Odie likes? Kerrygold.
Kerrygold Irish butter. And they never gave him the sponsorship he
He
wanted.
tried really hard.
He did. He was jilted by Kerrygold.
I'm sure he still enjoys the Kerrygold though.
I'm sure he does, but
By the way, still in contact with Odie. He texts me all the time. I text him all the time, so we're good.
it's like friends, but he's busy. Speaking of the Demon Slayer movie, I got to figure out. When you're looking like a vampire.
Yeah, it's waiting for that.
Papa.
I'm looking like a vampire, Papa. How do I look like a vampire? Breath before the lightning round.
Can you make it? I mean, if you can't, Papa can do the lightning round.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I've been struck by lightning before.
Yeah, I bet.
That wizard thought he was some tough stuff. Joke's on him. Huh. I hate that that's stuck in my head now.
What's stuck in your head?
When Cameron was in Egypt land.
Oh, okay.
I have explained that to several of my friends that that's apparently where my name came from.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, they were all approving. Of course, one of my buddies was just like, "So why didn't you get a cool name, like your sister or your niece?" And I just looked at him. He's like, "You know what? You should have been named the Falcon." was like, where are you coming up with this? I was like, so would my first name be The and my middle name be Falcon?
My first choice for you was that name, and your mom approved. Because again, you were not, although I would love for you to have been a junior, I will not put that on you.
No.
I will not put that on you. You should be grateful that I would not put that on you.
I am very appreciative.
Yes. Should not have been put on me.
Yeah.
I gave you the best name, Cameron, and then I gave you the next best name, Lonzo. So it almost got me beat up at Lawrence. So
yes, it did. You.
I know who you are now. Yeah, well.
And you had the best response.
Yeah.
Can't quite sit down in the air.
Yeah, you can't. Because then your friend will figure out what my first name is.
Well, he figured it out.
I was going to say, everybody knows.
No, he actually legitimately figured it out. He didn't use anything or anything. Or maybe he just finally melted under pressure. That's the same friend who's coming up with the Falcon stuff.
Okay.
Sleep spells suck. Getting hit by them anyway. Doing them is great.
Lightning can only strike twice so many times.
All right, W has spoken. That means we got about 5 minutes left in this here program on this here Saturday. Last Saturday into the month of August. Then we celebrate all of September as my birthday month. Some people do that. They like celebrate the entire month. I mean, it must be cool if you could get a gift like every day of the month leading up into your birthday.
That would be cool.
Especially if your birthday's near the end of the month like mine is. So that's a lot of gifts.
So some of us don't have that much financial means.
Okay,
So you just get the one.
Somebody listening might. Okay. A spectator has sued after being hit by a drone during Macy's fireworks show. So Macy's apparently has a fireworks show with drones, and one of them drones just flat out hit somebody. Sharika Sukananan was watching the 2023 Independence Day festivities from the fourth floor balcony of a Long Island City building as swarms of drones performed a synchronized aerial routine over the East River. But the celebration took a turn when Sukananan was violently struck by a drone that allegedly veered off course and collided with the 25-year-old in wanton and willful disregard of the common rights, well-being, and safety of the public.
How dare that drone?
The lawsuit claims that Sukananan suffered severe shock, mental anguish, and a permanent physical and emotional damage as a result of the incident.
I like how they never say what the actual physical damage is.
I mean, I'm guessing the drone hit him in the head. I mean, you're on the balcony. Where else would the drone have hit him? I don't know. I'm surprised things like this haven't happened more often with drones. I've noticed WWE is using more drones. A lot of concerts are using them. It's a matter of time before one, goes awry and hits them. Matt Tomlinson and I, out in the earlier days of drones, he got he was also a salesman, and he was trying to sell. One of his clients was drones, so we stood out by Garlington Road and tried to fly a drone, and neither one of us could do it. This is a mini drone. It was getting way too close to Garlington Road. Finally, I was like, dude, we're going to hurt somebody. We need to stop. Spotify is launching in-app messaging, hoping new DM feature will boost listening and drive hype. I don't know. I mean, I listen to Spotify every day, and I know that I work at a radio
talking
station.
to other people.
Yeah, I don't want to DM anybody. Dude, have you heard this cool song? No. I mean, I don't get it.
Don't you dare slide into my DMs.
Exactly.
There'll be no DM slide.
Darth Vader's red lightsaber is heading to auction for the first time. An iconic film prop, Darth Vader's red lightsaber from the Star Wars franchise, is up for auction, used in The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I wonder if this is the one that Luke's hand off, probably. This lightsaber is a symbol of cinema's most infamous villain. Estimated to sell from 1 million to 3 million. The lightsaber has been on tour in London, New York, and Beverly Hills before the auction in Los Angeles on September 4th. So if you got some disposable income, you want to buy that lightsaber, next week is your time. So good for that.
To all you millionaires out there.
Really quick, Imogene on the stream. Any updates on fixing the 98.9 FM transmitter? It's nearly impossible to hear. The part is in. It's going to take them a while to get it fixed. Hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, it will be taken care of. It is not an easy project. It is not a quick project, but it will get done, and hopefully as soon as possible. Mortal Kombat 2 has been delayed. It was supposed to come out in October. It is now coming out in May of 2026. Why do you think that is, Cameron?
Maybe polishing up special effects.
Or, I mean, in this case, you're moving it into the pre-summer window. Maybe you think it's better than what you thought it was.
It could be
the exact opposite of why you normally move stuff. Henry Winkler was doing a signing, and a dude showed up with a coffin to have Henry Winkler sign it. Is that good, bad? I mean,
is that like in reference to anything? Or
I don't know. I don't even know if it was that guy's coffin. No one seems to know.
Whose coffin was it?
Yeah, I mean, no one was presently in it. He signed.
You never said that.
He signed it, by the way. I said coffin. I didn't say coffin with a dead body in it.
Well, I mean, does the absence of saying that something is in a box, does that still make it not a box?
What is in the box? Yes, it does. And finally, one last quick thing. Spider-Man 4 is being the martial arts and everything is being done by Jackie Chan's people.
Ooh.
Yes. So that is something to look forward to. Jackie Chan doing all the martial arts and stunt coordinating. That's what it is.
Yeah, I was about to say Jackie Chan would be the stunt double for everybody.
I got there. Jackie Chan not supposed to be in the movie.
I'm just imagining him trying to web sling.
All right, thanks to everybody who tuned in to the show today. Thanks for everyone who texted or was on the stream. Make sure you have a wonderful Labor Day, and if you're out and about, remember those people are working so that you can have the day off. And we'll see you next week, maybe. Way to get a haboob in right there at the end.
No,
you think I didn't hear?
Oftentimes you got to sneak a haboob in.
Yes, you do. All right, say goodbye, Cameron.
Bye, audience.
Goodbye.
See you later.
I'm going to go rest my voice. Nobody wants a Charlie in the box.
We're on the island of misfit toys. Here we are to stay. Did you click the button?
Oh, yeah, it's just